Okay.
I want you to tell me why League of Legends is so bugged.
Why it's so bugged or fucked?
Bugged.
Bugged, okay. Because they put in too much time in creating content rather than fixing the current content.
You tell me what's wrong with what just happened there.
Hold on, I gotta mute my music. I'm gonna need to watch this like 3 times. Hold on. Is there a way to slow the speed?
There should be a way to slow the speed, I think. I'm not sure.
I know there is a way, I just don't know it.
I think I have to upload it to YouTube for you to slow the speed.
Oh no, I got it. 5 speed. Meditating, you're meditating. Auto, you queue. And came out of it and we're taunted.
What the fuck is that?
Hold on. Let me watch this again.
That's a clean alpha dodge.
I think it's fair.
The taunt, you think the taunt is fair?
I think the taunt's fair.
Okay, whether
Animation, like,
what
it doesn't cancel, like it does the damage and applies the stack, but you still get to go through. It's like Ezreal's blink.
But like, okay, so like, okay, whether it being fair or not is one thing. That interaction never works that way. In all my Yi games played, I've never seen the interaction work like that. Like whether it's fair and it should work like that, and how it always works is two completely different things.
Okay, I don't know shit about Yi, so I can't.
That is a clean. Okay, so you know how like when Ezreal gets hooked and you break it with your E, and you don't get hooked. That's exactly what that interaction is.
Yeah, but like if Ezreal gets taunted, he still takes the taunt with him.
Well, the interaction isn't exactly like his E. I was just making that reference. Like that's how it works. It breaks it.
Because like you can see the damage go down on you before you actually go into alpha from the taunt.
I mean, I'm with you. It's just like in the history of the game, that has never done that.
Well, I mean, yeah, well. Remember when Xerath used to be able to flash while he was holding Q?
Yeah.
And then they removed it without fucking putting it in patch notes?
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like
they do stupid shit like that all the time.
It's funny. They call it like a bug fix, but like, I mean, that could be a bug fix, right? Maybe it wasn't working that way intentionally, but like, as a Yi main, that's going to affect my win rate. Like, someone needs to tell me that happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's how I felt about Xerath when I was like, what, are you fucking kidding me? That his Q is now a silence? Like, what the fuck? How could they not put that in the patch notes? I was fucking pissed off when I found that out.
Like, I'm sitting here, I'm watching this clip, and it is like, for me, it's not getting any better. Like, it looks like to me as a Yi main, with however many mastery points I have, that is a clean alpha dodge. If I don't come out of that taunted, I kill Graves and reset my meditate.
Oh, I know the rules.
Are you logged in the league right now? I don't have you on my friends list, do I?
I'm logged in, yes.
Dude, I'm gonna add you. I want you to look at my last build. This is how you build Yi now. Well, maybe not exactly like last game, but last game is a pretty good indicator.
Let's see. File. Fuck that. Profile. So you still get Rage Blade?
Yeah. Normally there's a Black Cleaver in there, but Ezreal was doing too much damage. Dude, AP Ezreal's busted. That guy had no items and he was like one-shotting me.
Like full AP?
He was full AP. He didn't even have any items. I'm like he was the only reason that game didn't end sooner. He had Ludens, Morellos, Void, and Sork Boots. But before he even had Void and before he had Morellos and Sork Boots, he was shotting me. All he had was Ludens and the armor pen part, the magic pen part of Book, and he was like, Q was like half my health.
Yeah, the only reason that he's not played more is because he's not good at fighting.
I mean,
he's really good AP. The problem
his team fight isn't his team fight's insane right now because they closet changed his R without really making a big deal about it.
What'd they do?
They reduce. Okay, so you know how before like the damage got like hella crippled going through multiple targets. It doesn't do that anymore.
Is it like full damage?
I'm not entirely sure. I just know it's a lot more damage.
Okay.
I can't even remember what the patch notes said. I think it only gets reduced. The minion damage gets reduced, but I don't think the team damage gets reduced.
Oh.
His R like destroys the whole team. Yeah, dude, he fucking hurts.
I don't care. Picking Ezreal's still griefing.
No, Ezreal's oof.
Dude, I swear to God, man, when I get an Ezreal on my team in ranked, I just dodge. Like, I'm not playing.
I mean, Ezreal just got changed like 3 days ago.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, the patch hit, and he's really OP with Dark Harvest. If he's running with Klepto, you should dodge. You'd be like, are you running?
Wait for me to know.
You gotta ask. Be like, are you running Klepto or Dark Harvest? Or just like look at his match history and see what he's running. If he's running Klepto,
I'll be like, okay, thanks, and then dodge.
Exactly right. I'm sitting here and
I used to never fucking dodge, and I feel like I dodge all the time now.
You have to. The higher you get, the more you have to dodge.
No, it's ridiculous, man. Like, you see the team comps and like, you just like start vomiting in the back of your throat, and it's like.
Can I explain why I did what I did with that build? Okay, so Rageblade is not.
I need to look at the comp, and I can explain.
I've been building like that a lot. Well, I've been building the Essence River first a lot. So they took away Monster Hunter, which means you can like I can tax everybody without getting punished for it, right? So I get lots of gold. So that like removes the need for the jungle item essentially. BF Sword is like the strongest 1300 gold spike you're gonna get. So if you can like get a gank off on your first clear, you can buy BF on your way back. Okay.
Yep.
I'm running Hail of Blades because with Hail of Blades I can 1v1 anybody in the jungle at any point in the game. Like I was fighting Graves in the river. Graves had red buff and I was level 2 and he was level 3 and I killed him. Because Hail of Blades is that strong. With the way they changed Rageblade, Conqueror isn't as good on Yi as he was before, and he's not as good of a split pusher as he once was. So you're playing a more teamfight oriented. So you rush Essence Reaver, and with Essence Reaver and Hail of Blades, like you can pretty much alpha twice, like right away, and like essentially become a burst assassin. And then when you mix that with Black Cleaver, which is what I normally build second, all right, John. Thanks, John. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, so when you run Black Cleaver second, you have 40% CDR. Your ult's almost always up. It's on like the same cooldown as your Essence Reaver. And then on top of that, your Rageblade gives you the Last Whisper effect now. You get Armor Pen on Rageblade. So you're mixing your Armor Pen on Rageblade.
Right, I forgot about that.
You're mixing Armor Pen on Rageblade with Armor Pen on Black Cleaver while also getting the survivability of Black Cleaver. Now, last game, I didn't go Black Cleaver because I'm sitting here screaming that Ezreal's one-shotting me, so I got forced into going 2 MR items. But generally speaking, I probably would have went, like in a normal game, I wouldn't have went Spirit Visage, I would have went Black Cleaver, and then I would have went Adaptive Helm and then Guardian Angel. And I think that is the best way to build Yi in the current meta right now, because he needs the team fight more. It gives him the early jungle pressure with Hail of Blades. Like, Master Yi can invade almost anybody now with Hail of Blades. Like, Master Yi can literally kill, like, anybody with Hail of Blades. Like, I can't think of a jungler that can kill Yi with like when he has Hail of Blades. It's insane. Because you alpha them, and you get 3 auto attacks almost instantly. And you can alpha again. It's like, it's essentially a nuke. It's like Assassin Yi. Can you explain Hail of Blades? So what Hail of Blades does is when you first go into combat with the champion, your next 3 auto attacks happen at max attack speed. So at level 1, once I hit Graves, my first 3 auto attacks are at 2.5 attacks per second. So if I alpha 2 Graves, I'll like hit him 3 times in basically a second. And then I'll be able to alpha again. Alpha also.
Your alpha lowers cooldown every time by 1 second every time you auto.
Yeah, every time you auto, alpha's cooldown gets lowered. And then Essence Reaver also gives 20% CDR, and Black Cleaver gives 20% CDR. So your alpha's already incredibly low on cooldown. And then when you start mixing that with like resets on your assists, because like every time you get a kill on Master E, you're 60% refund it your cooldown cost. Alpha's Q, yes. And then like, so you end up with way more survivability with this build. Like Black Cleaver gives a ton of health. Yeah, now you understand what you're watching. And on top of having all that health, Alpha Strike is your primary dodge ability. Like I'm sitting here watching this clip. I should probably put it on stream because I'm watching this clip over and over and over again because I still don't understand the interaction of what happened.
I can honestly answer it in like one quick sentence. It's the same reason that you have all of these clips of I was in alpha. It's the exact same thing.
It's just like this just makes no sense to me. I'm sitting here watching it. Like that's a clean dodge. Like in any world I have a million clips where that's a clean dodge. See, like I get the I was an alpha thing cuz like Ezreal's ult will hit you through Alpha Strike, right? There's certain spells that hit you, like Lux Laser will hit you through Alpha Strike.
Right.
And then obviously like dots burn you through Alpha Strike, like Leandries or Ignite or Brand Passive, all that. So like like in 2012 when you alpha'd, you were off the map and you were invulnerable. It was like Fizzpole.
Right.
So like the I was an alpha thing is just a meme because people want old alpha back. But this is a clean dodge. I don't understand. Like
Let me put it this way, because I don't know how else to explain how I feel about it. If I'm playing Shen and that's not a taunt, I'm livid.
I mean, I agree with you, right? Like fair or unfair. I'm not arguing like whether it should or shouldn't be. I'm arguing like how it normally interacts. You know what I mean?
Dude, maybe they fucking patched it again without saying anything.
That's just fucking weak, dude. Like I can't like the fucking closet patches. Like I just want them to be transparent about it.
I agree. It's completely retarded.
Okay, so yes, when I alpha, if someone else is hitting I can drop tower focus, and if there's a tower shot in the air and I alpha right before it hits me, it won't touch me.
You know, they did that with Thresh a couple years ago when they made it so you could no longer Q flash. That was not in patch notes. They make like changes like that all the time.
I don't understand why Thresh can't do that, but Pike can, and so can God, I was gonna say somebody else too.
Because it was too broken.
And Vi.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Like they did the same thing with Skarner. Remember, like they patched it so Skarner can't drag you and flash.
I didn't know you ever could actually.
Yeah, you could when he came out. Oh, you made Nautilus? Nautilus's attacks are so slow. With Master, I just dance around him. Dude, I'm so tanky with this build. Laughing? Like, it's just, like, insane.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'm just, I'm just insane.
Graves was hitting you for, like,
Ever?
150 health, and I was like, oh my god, your health isn't going down.
All I have is Ninja Tabby, too, right? Like, I don't have armor in this picture.
Yeah, but you do have a lot of HP, so...
2,500, yeah. I'm meditating, too. 70% reduction. I still can't believe that wasn't, ugh.
I mean, like, when you get to know a champion as well as you do, every time there's something like that, you go, what the fuck? Like, I have moments like that on Thresh, where I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? How did that hook not hit?
It's funny.
Know what I mean?
It's funny because I
don't know if you stopped talking or cut out or...
No, I was reading what Cal wrote. I was in a sentence. Are they okay with gold pulling now? So they think the turret changes reward pushing enough that that like you won't have a guy that clears the wave and then goes and farms the jungle because of the way the turret plating works. So they don't think that gold pooling is viable because if you gold pool, they're just going to 2v1 your lane and push you over and get gold because each gold plate's worth 160 gold.
Right.
But
which is like 2 jungle camps, so.
Exactly. And then back to what LAFFiN said is like, yeah, like I know my character inside and out, like so like when this happened, I said something on the stream, and like I said something to John, and John was saying like if you look at Bard's right behind me. Bard's watching this whole scenario right here, and Bard had no idea what I was talking about. Like
I couldn't see it in full speed because it was a team fight, and I wasn't sure what I was looking for. But as soon as I slowed it down, I saw it.
I can carry form jungle in, by the way. Hello, you again. Stealing CS's meta again. Yo, Cal, if you're not playing Master Yi, actually, if you play, you should play Predator Hecarim with Demolish, and you can carry low elo like super hard. Like I went 9-1 in my placements without even playing Yi on this account. I played Plat 5 without ever even playing him. I was playing Predator Olaf. I didn't play Hecarim because I don't own him. But Predator Olaf, Predator Hecarim, and Predator Gragas are super strong right now. They're probably the strongest junglers in the game at the moment. You get a really strong level 3 gank off, and you can start getting Demolish off. And you get a ton of gold. Zed kept trying to ult me. Yeah, Demolish trap turret plates. Master Yi is literally the only jungler I wouldn't take Demolish on. I literally Demolish on everybody else. Almost, I shouldn't say almost everybody, but the majority of players in the game are running Resolve in their off tree to run Demolish. So like for Hecarim, I would run like Pred. I'd run the dash one that gives you lethality whenever you dash or move or sprint because it'll work with your E. Eyeball collection because it gives you AD when you kill things, and then I would run Ravenous. Do I think plates are good? I think the plates. I don't like the plates. I don't like what they do with the plates. I
don't like that it encourages early game champions even more than we already had it.
I think the plates are good for me, right? Because like I play this game very macro based. I have it very systematically. So like I think the plates will improve my elo. Do I think they're healthy for the game? I don't. I think it breeds an unhealthy gameplay style. If like with what Riot was trying to do, I would have increased the resistances and damage on turrets across the board. Yeah. And I would have answered all the things they're doing.
I mean, even what you could have done is just not change turrets, except increase the just raw HP that they have. That would have been another solution.
I think they need to do more damage. I think the level 2 tower dives are insane.
Really?
Yeah, I'd be completely on board with increasing damage and increasing turret or increasing damage and increasing resistances on turrets. I like the minion changes that went through. I think those were positive. That was definitely a positive change.
I don't even know what they did to me.
Minions run the lane faster now. Not like start sooner, but they literally run quicker.
Oh.
Yeah. So like when you're pushing, like you're not sitting there for 10 years waiting for a wave.
I love it.
Yeah, I think that was a very healthy change.
I agree. No, I haven't seen it. Actually, that sound.
Do you know how when you go with Baron buff, you can actually make the minions run fast?
Yeah.
That is like the default movement speed of minions.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, they haul ass.
I haven't played the game since the hotfix. I've played like 2 games and I said I'm not playing on this patch. This is bullshit.
Look at the minions. Okay, in this clip I have, you can see the minions in the background. Look how fast they're running. Bard's the only one with Baron. They get Baroned at the end. But look how fast the minions are running in the background. Like they're hauling ass.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, so they increased the movement speed of minions, which I think was a healthy change. I think it needed to happen.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, it really did suck when you're trying to like siege, and you're just like fucking waiting there forever. Like so much time just like wasting.
Yeah, Cal, that was the point. I believe that was the point of the change, and I agree with it. Like, you can now turn like you like when you win a fight, unless the wave is all the way on the other side of the map, you actually have time to push. So
Right.
dragons spawn faster and they're better now. So like
I don't think they should have increased the damage or the not the damage, the worth of the dragons. I think dragons were pretty fucking OP as it was.
I don't. I think fire should have stayed the same and all the other ones should have been buffed. But the buffing the fire is absolutely absurd to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like water needed to be buffed. Water is trash.
I agree.
Um,
I think Mountain was a little bit too strong.
my problem with mountain, like my problem with mountain is the same problem I had with water. Is that like the dragons do nothing for you when you're behind, right? Like so my league team focuses too much on dragons, right? And I had to get them to
Oh,
like
really?
focus more on towers because like there was a game where we had 3 rock dragons, but it didn't matter. We didn't have any of their outers down, right? Like you have all these dragons, but they don't help you win team fights. Whereas like fire is just like you want to do 10% more damage across the board. Here you go.
Yeah.
So I think fire should have stayed the same. Water, I think water needs to work the way wind works, where you get like a small regeneration in combat,
I agree.
and then you get like triple it out of combat.
That sounds like a good. I think
What
a
do you?
lot of people would be on board with that.
Because right now water's trash, and it's the hardest one to take. God, it slows me. It does so much
Yeah, I
damage.
know. Does so much damage and slows, so that if you get caught, you're fucked.
Um, I don't necessarily think that would be a good idea. I don't think it'd be a good idea for Riot. Like so, like Riot's trying to make the game more accessible and more like pleasant to play, and you're inadvertently punishing supports with a dragon like that, and then if there is a dragon, then you're essentially killing all the other support items because you'd have to run targets in that case if you're the support. Yeah, and like Cal said, fire dragon's your Swift's army knife dragon, right? It's good on offense and it's good on defense. Whereas some of the dragons are just good offensively and some of them are just good defensively. And then like obviously
Yeah,
wind's
that's
super
true.
utility.
Like Mountain doesn't do shit for you if you're behind.
Like wind was pure utility, and then they made wind have in combat stats, and now all of a sudden wind is like offensive, defense, and utility, right? You can use to run away, you can use to chase down, you can use to roam in between. So like I think they need to do a better job of making the dragons more useful in other scenarios. Like for rock, like something I could be on board with is what question do you have? Are you talking about the dragons? Oh, as support, not. Do you think demolish is better than conditioning? Yes, I think demolish is the best, the absolute best um, rune in that tree, regardless of keystone. It is the best rune in that entire tree by a large margin. People are running resolve just to get that, just to get demolish. I think resolve is overall underwhelming. I think it's actually the weakest tree, and demolish is the only reason people run it. Even on tanks right now, they're running other main trees. Like there's unless you're running aftershock, aftershock's really good. But if you're a character that can't run aftershock, a lot of other characters are running dark harvester. What bot lane do you think is the hardest lane to gank? I mean, some
I
kind
mean,
of
how
some
about like Sivir Morgana?
yeah, some kind of defensive support with some kind of defensive AD carry. Like this team right here had Janna, Ezreal. That's not the easiest thing in the world to gank either. Like there's some characters that can just make ganking like impossible for you. Like when you have a mobility based AD carry or like Sivir with spell shield, and you have anything that is also defensive with it, like Morgana, Alistair, Braum, Janna, just something super defensive, it makes it extremely difficult.
It also depends on what your bot lane has to offer. It's not just necessarily, oh, what's the enemy bot lane?
I mean, if I have a god tier Thresh, then no lane's like hard.
Yeah, of course. But if you have a Soraka, you're not gonna really get some lockdown.
Are you
Like
talking
you
about?
have to be able to bait the enemy team in.
You talking about winning 3v2? I mean, obviously that's an early game question. So like, Draven mixed with some kind of DPS support, like Draven Zyra can turn 3v2s pretty hard.
So can Lucian. Lucian's really good at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You're talking about like one of the early game AD carries with the DPS support are pretty solid at turning things. We should make a podcast, LAFFiN. I'm actually enjoying talking about the game.
I am too.
We can do the they introduced the joint streaming now, where like we can like put our streams side by side in our own channels.
Oh, we can.
Yeah. So like on my stream, it'll show like half my side, half your side, and then on your stream, it'll show like half my side, half your side, and then like you can take the video and put it on YouTube, like a podcast. The laughing ward, got him.
The laughing ward, I like it.
And we can make a ward with a big smiley face that's laughing. It'd be dope. Our sanity said this podcast is nice. LAFFiN is D3 right now, right? You're D3, right?
I think so. I haven't checked in. I honestly don't think I've played a game in like 5 days.
That was me. Like I didn't play for like 3 months, but I coach it every day. Like I was never disconnected from the meta.
Yeah, that's different though. I'm like completely out of it right now. I just don't enjoy it. I don't know.
I'm having fun with League, but it's because I'm trying to figure out the new stats and stuff.
I always get really frustrated when I have to make such like drastic adaptations.
Me too, but I'm pretty on board with it. I find that like because I'm coaching, I do a lot of the little things better. The stuff that I knew how to do that I just refused to do.
Yeah.
Like pink warding the right spot.
Holy shit, dude. I can't watch fucking Nubrak play support. He leaves the base with 170 gold and doesn't buy a pink ward. And I literally I have to turn the stream off. It's that bad.
I'm Challenger, boys.
Like, I can't.
I'm Challenger, boys. Like on Pred junglers, you clear the whole top side, you go back, you buy boots and a pink ward, and you put the pink ward in the enemy territory and you sit there waiting for a gank. No, the League meta is changing entirely at a different rate than it used to. League meta is flipping like. I mean, it's literally the meme. It's every 2 weeks.
How many different metas we had just over the last 6 months, man. We had complete funnel strats, and then we had what was the keystone that all the junglers were running? It was OP.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
All right.
Well, they had everyone running Predator for a little while, and then now they kind of like have that thing back. Like, Gragas used to be able to take Aftershock and shit.
Nope, Gragas has to take Pred. If Gragas doesn't take Pred, he's useless.
I know that, but it used to be that you could take Aftershock. You could take Electrocute.
Yeah, but then
you could take all these things.
the problem I have right now is that at level 3 with 0 stacks, Dark Harvest does more damage than Electrocute. It does like 13 more damage than Electrocute. Like to me, that's a problem. Like to me, Dark Harvest is a scaling stat, and it's not. They're using it as a flat damage increase. It's just like insane to me.
Yeah, I think that shit needs to just be completely reworked back, like they did with all the, like LeBlanc.
You know what I think's so hilarious is like they're like Feral Flare doesn't work. The idea of a scaling jungle item is just they can't. It's impossible to make work. And they're like, you know, what if we just instead of making it a jungle item, we just make it a mastery and make it scale indefinitely.
Yeah.
You ready for comedy? Do you know what Ravenous Hunter is?
That's the you heal.
Yep.
Based off of takedowns.
Based off of ability damage.
No, but it scales based on how many takedowns.
Yeah, individual, unique takedowns.
Yes.
Dark Harvest. You heal off Dark Harvest with that.
Serious?
Yep. So like I was playing Master Yi with Dark Harvest here. They had like 60 stacks, and like I proc Dark Harvest, and I'd get like my entire health pulled back. Which was funny because the Dark Harvest before this didn't work that way. You never healed off Dark Harvest, and now you heal off Dark Harvest.
I wonder if it's a bug.
Like
That shit works like a fucking Triumph stack then.
it does, but you don't need to kill them, right? You just need to get them below 40%. Right. And so like I was playing Yi, I was just trolling around because I didn't know how to build Yi, but I built like full on hit Yi with Gunblade, and like Gunblade was also healing from it, and it was just like. And because Dark Harvest is adapted with physical damage, you also get heal off Death's Dance with it as well. Well, like, Electrocute's cooldown is similar to Dark Harvest's cooldown, like when you're talking about in lane, because it's like 40 seconds. Electrocute's probably a little shorter. But yeah, there's a 1.5 second cooldown on takedown. And then for whatever reason on Karthus, when Karthus' Dark Harvest is proccing on every character in the game when they're below 40%, and there's no cooldown on it. It's proccing on all of them at once, and that has to be a bug because it's not supposed to work that way.
I agree. I didn't know it was doing that. That has to be a bug.
So like so like right now you kill somebody. Dark Harvest goes on cooldown for 1.5 seconds, and then you can proc it again, right? But with Karthus, if you're all at 1 health and I ult you and I pen to kill with my ultimate, I get 5 Dark Harvest stacks.
Right. It's like if Luden's Echo were to hit every champion with Karthus ult.
And like I don't like to me Dark Harvest this should be like for scaling assassins, and they're just using it as an attack modifier. It's like a sheen for abilities is what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
And like as much as we're talking about like fair and balanced and competitive, I don't feel like it's within the spirit of what the rune was designed to be.
I agree. That was definitely not the intention, Riot.
Well, like there's things that happen that are unintended that are within the spirit of the original box.
I guess that's true.
And it's just like, not only is this not working as intended, but it's outside the spirit of what it was designed to be. Like to me, it's literally it's like a free sheen for everybody. There's characters that are busted with Conqueror that are running Dark Harvest over Conqueror.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, we can't even get a nerf on Conqueror because Dark Harvest is too strong.
I mean, can you imagine, like, they designed it so bad that they had to hotfix it and cut it.
The day of! It was live for 12 hours!
I know, and they cut it by almost 50%. Like, how can you let that happen?
I mean,
how can you release that?
When you actually think about it, they cut it by more than 50%.
No, they cut it from 8 to 5.
And what else did they do to it?
I don't know. That's all I knew.
They cut the base damage on it too.
Oh, I didn't.
They literally cut it by like 50%, like because they cut the base damage down by a ton. Because
they fucking panicked when fucking 10-man rank games were going off with Dark Harvest.
That's my thing. Is like I don't know.
Somebody thought, you know what? I've got an idea. This is gonna be the new Dark Harvest. And then someone was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I approve of that. And then it got implemented into the game. Like, what?
I mean, I think Riot's fucking dumb, right? Okay, so, like, have you seen the runes? Like the augment runes? Like, the stats the bonus stats you can get?
You mean, like, the scaling health, armor, etc.? Yeah, we already discussed this, I think.
Yeah, like, that's insane. Like...
5 fucking armor or 10 adaptive? Like, hello?
Yeah. It should be 10 scaling armor. Like
5 armor is a 100 gold.
That's what I'm saying, and 10 AD is 350.
Is 20 AP for 430. So you're getting more than 200 gold off of your adaptive stat.
430
for armor, you get 100. Like, hello?
It's 435, isn't it?
Yeah, I just rounded.
Round it down? Question mark?
Yeah. It makes my point even more. It's more than 200 gold, whereas the armor is just 100.
Am I planning on playing? I was having fun talking to LAFFiN. I guess I can play.
They don't want to hear my nitty little voice.
Alright, LAFFiN, let's go.
Oh no, can't.
You're getting summoned.
Getting summoned? Whoa, whoa, whoa. This ain't no Balthazar shit, alright?
No, you're getting summoned, like, onto the Rift. I'm a summoner. I'm playing... You are my champion. I'm playing LAFFiN on the Rift.
Good. But I'm glad. Let me know how it goes for you. Hopefully you don't feed. I know that champion's known for feeding, but...
And he takes red buffs? Then he,
Red buff?
and then he reports his